This episode of One Hit Thunder is brought to you by DistroKid.
It's that time of year again. Everyone knows that the holidays can become overwhelming quickly, so the sooner that you get things done, the better. For both shoppers and businesses, the best time to score great deals during the holidays is Black Friday and Cyber Monday weekend. And that's why you need Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S., from household names like Allbirds and Cowboy e-bikes to entrepreneurs who will be participating in their very first Black Friday or Cyber Monday this year. Shopify has everything you need to succeed from start to finish. First, Shopify's marketing tools help push your brand to the forefront of the chaos, no matter what platform your customers are on. Then, Shopify helps draw customers in with the ease of a convenient checkout with Shop Pay, Shopify's expedited checkout that saves customers information and reduces hassle. The best part? Shop Pay has been proven to boost conversions, meaning you see less abandoned carts and more profits. You can also stress less knowing that Shopify's award-winning customer support team is on standby 24/7 to help with any issues that arise, allowing you to get back to business as fast as possible. This Black Friday, join thousands of new entrepreneurs hearing for the first time with Shopify. Sign up for your free trial today at shopify.com/income. That's shopify.com/income. Go to shopify.com/income and make this Black Friday one to remember.
With Venmo Stash, a toggle on one hand and ordering a ride in the other means you're stacking cash back. With Venmo Stash, get up to 5% cash back when you pick a bundle of your favorite brands. Earn more cash when you do more with Stash. Venmo Stash terms and exclusions apply. Max $100 cash back per month. See terms at venmo.me/stash terms.
This week, we're exploring the career and music of The Calling, a band that somehow managed to define the early 2000s with their massive hit, Wherever You Will Go. Whether it was the song's appearance in Coyote Ugly or simply the right sound at the right time, The Calling burst onto the scene with one of the biggest songs in the history of Billboard's adult pop songs chart. But like many rock bands who never built a strong following through years of touring and grassroots growth, their success faded almost as quickly as it arrived. Does The Calling deserve more than having a song you might still hear wherever you will go, like the grocery store or the gas station? Or was their success the most anyone could hope for in their situation? Today, we're joined by Erin Mallory Long to find the answers.
One hit is all you need to make the money guaranteed, and you can live off royalties forever. And it makes me wonder, is it just a wonder, or is it one hit thunder?
So Erin, welcome to the show. You brought a song with you today. Now, from what I know of this sounds very early 2000s type of band that would be featured on a show. Now, I don't remember. I just recently watched the entire Dawson's Creek series for the first time. I had never watched it.
Oh, wow.
I don't remember The Calling being on there, but they seem like they should have been very much of that era and of that vibe that would be on a show like this.
I literally described it as, when I was like talking about this to my husband, I was like, I like it because it's Dawson's Creek or Grey's Anatomy music.
Sure. Absolutely.
Like Dawson's Creek, it's like, was Edwin McCain Albee on Dawson's Creek, or was it just in promos? I don't remember, but it's a Dawson's Creek song, you know?
Yeah. Yes.
And that's what this is.
I want to say one thing about a Dawson's Creek song, because they're my friends and they're from around the same area as me. Really good friends with these guys in a band called the Juliana Theory. And their song is on like 3 different seasons. The same song is on 3 different seasons of Dawson's Creek. And if you don't know the song,
On Top of the World, that one?
Yep, Top of the World. It's sha la la la.
Yeah, sure.
La, la, la.
Yeah. it's on 3 different seasons. Always that song. I was like, every time it happened, I would like get a video of the screen and send it to Josh like, dude, do you know your song? I mean, they must have known at the time, but like, that has to be the coolest thing.
That song was also in like 3 Disney coms. Like it was in like 3 like Disney Channel original movies.
But the Calling, I don't know if this song, we're talking about Wherever You Will Go, which whether you know the band or not, this is like an unavoidable song. I don't know why I know this song so well.
Well, Chris, it could be because, to jump ahead a little bit, at the time that this song was at its peak, it topped the adult top 40 for 23 weeks, and it is the second longest #1 on that chart's history, just behind Smooth by Santana and Rob Thomas.
Which, like, also a song you couldn't avoid. So it makes
Yeah.
sense. When you put it in that context, you're like, oh, shit. Like,
Yeah.
okay, sorry.
Aaron, do you have any sort of like personal relationship with this song? Because there's 2 ways that this usually goes when a guest brings a song. It's either, I don't know, Matt sent me a list and I picked one, or the person has a reason why they wanted to talk about it. So that's my first question for you.
Thank you. This is both. It was both on the list Matt sent me. And I was like, The Calling. I don't know that band. Oh, I know this song. So my immediate memory of this, and then I did some research, and then I'll explain something that I just got finished watching. My immediate memory of this is that it's used in Love Actually, which came out in 2003. For specifically some people's most hated storyline, but I think it's hilarious
Which one?
and stupid.
Which
when they
one?
go to Wisconsin, the guy who's like, I have a sex backpack, and like he's going to Wisconsin to like find American girls who will think his accent is sexy and stuff.
Right.
And he literally ends up in this bar with like every early 2000s hot girl that exists. And then they just keep adding to it. It's like Shannon Elizabeth. Like, it's like they keep adding like these hot girls to it. It's Alicia Cuthbert and January Jones is one of them, like pre-Mad Men. It's like insane. So when they're going home and they have this whole scene and they're like, well, you could sleep at our house, but we don't have any pajamas and it's so cold. We'll have to sleep together. It's hilarious and stupid. And then they play Wherever You Will Go.
Wow. Wow.
And to me, it's just so perfect because it's so like, sure, this is the British version of America. That makes sense. Of course they're playing this song. Like, why wouldn't they be? And so when I started looking into the song, because as I said, I was like, oh, I didn't know the band name until this list. Then I was looking into it, and actually this song was used in, like, they wanted it for Coyote Ugly the song coming out. So I was like, well, I got to rewatch Coyote Ugly. I haven't seen that since high school. I put Coyote Ugly on, which is great. Highly recommend.
It's so funny that these late 90s, early 2000s movies and shows and like this style of music, I was so opposed to it at the time that I wouldn't even give it the time of day. I was too cool. I was too punk. I was whatever for it. And now 25 years later, I'm going back and watching this stuff with like a nostalgic eye. Even Love Actually, I only watched that for the first time in the past year. So when you're describing a scene, I'm like, yeah, of course, I know this. And this Calling song, I'm kind of undecided on the song and the band. We're going to arrive at some sort of decision at the end of this episode. But I could be persuaded either way on how I feel about like this style of music and this band and this song.
Yeah.
Well, I want to talk about this real quick, about this specific song, because by all intents and purposes, The Calling was a 2-man group. It was Alex Band and Erin, is it Kamen? Kamen. So Erin Kamen is the one I think who took more of the primary songwriter role on this song. and he was interviewed about the song. And I read his explanation of the song, and then I reread the lyrics, and I thought, oh, this is actually a really kind of pretty song. And I've heard like a female vocalist sing this as a piano ballad, and I really, really liked it. My hypothesis is that Alex Band is the issue with this song, but we'll get there in a second, because Erin said that the song, at the time that they were like forming the band, his grandmother's best friend had passed away and had left behind her husband of over 50 years, and he was at the funeral, and afterwards he started thinking what it must be like to be that guy and have your whole life change so dramatically and not for the best in a matter of moments. Someone that you live and grow with and are with, just to be gone, it felt crazy. And I figured all he ever thinks about is probably finding a way to get back to her and be with her and make sure that she's doing okay. And that was the sentiment behind the song. So I'm like, lyrically, I think it's a really beautiful, like, heartbreaking song. But then you bring in Nepo Baby Alex Band, who's just got the most, like, Scott Stapp, Creedy, like, her, and the way he sings it. And I think it hurts the sentiment of the song to hear his voice.
I agree, and I do want to talk about his voice versus what he looks like in a second here. But I do understand he's a little bit of a Nepo baby, but it's such a funny, like, his dad is responsible for, like,
the Puppet Master movies
and the Puppet Master series. Right. So that is such a, I almost give him a pass on the Nepo baby thing, because that's such a funny Nepo baby.
Also, his last name is Band. It's almost too much. Like,
but I don't think that he's necessarily a Nepo. Well, keep in mind, though, I know that this sounds ridiculous. Yes, his dad is Charles Band, who is like a very famous horror independent filmmaker, has made like a lot with a little. But that also means his uncle is Richard Band, who has been like a music composer since the 70s in a ton of films, not just trashy 80s movies. And before they became The Calling, they were going to name themselves Next Door, because his next door neighbor was Ron Fair, who was like a veteran of the music business and had all these connections. So it's not like he just stumbled into the music industry as the son of a horror film director.
He had
yeah.
He had resources. He had money. He's already living out there. And also, I do want to mention Ron Fair, the guy who produced this and like made The Calling what they are, I suppose, is the guy we just talked about recently on an episode who produced Vanessa Carlton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right.
I think he did a better job with Vanessa than The Calling, I will say.
Well, it's like, to me, the song almost just has to be taken. It's like to be taken in the context of the year 2001. Like, it's like, okay, so I was also like, I also had to listen to Vertical Horizon on the radio and like stuff like, like it's very of that time. And I sort of had a moment where I was like, I think if I had nostalgia for them, for some reason I had gotten into that CD and I had listened to all these songs like back then. I think if I had that nostalgia for them and I had liked them when I was a teen, then I would be like, this is a great band. It's my favorite band. Like,
yeah,
I'm not comparing them, but like, I'm a huge Goo Goo Dolls fan. Like, was the first concert I ever went to when I was younger. Like, I've seen them like 7 times, and it's like, I love them and I'll love them forever. So I was having this sort of weird thing where I was like, I could see in an alternate timeline, I had really gotten into The Calling, and I was still like, I hope they release a new album in 2024.
Boy, would you have been wishing for a long time for that third Calling album.
People, look, and I saw a lot of comments on when I was both this song and other songs I checked out from them, people being like, this takes me back to my childhood. I'm so, they put out, we'll get to it. Alex anyway, put out new music recently, and people were overjoyed about it because they were probably 13 years old when it came out. I think the difference, I don't think Goo Goo Dolls is like first of all, they're a great band. Second of all, I don't think that that's like a crazy comparison in style, but I do think the big difference is Goo Goo Dolls were a band who honed their craft and toured for years and worked at what they became.
I mean, they started as a pseudo punk band that like found a more radio friendly sound over the years. Like they really did. There's like 4 albums before A Boy Named Goo of them figuring it out.
Right.
Like,
but The Calling were like, Ron Fair heard them, and this band had, they didn't even have like a band. They were 2 guys, and it was kind of like Ron Fair was his neighbor, and he kind of like bugged him enough where he's like, okay, this is good enough. I'll give it a shot. They got signed without a fan base. They had they had built up nothing as like an indie band or whatever, but got a development deal with RCA, changed their name to The Calling from next door. And then, like Erin said, the president of film music for the Walt Disney Motion Picture Group. Now, I don't know if this was because of a connection, because of his dad or something. I don't know that Full Moon Productions and Walt Disney have anything to do with each other. But somewhere, someone knew somebody. And Kathy Nelson, the president of this Walt Disney Motion Picture Group film music division, heard the demo of Wherever You Will Go and decided to include it in Coyote Ugly, with the group also performing in the background scenes of the movie. So when millions of people hear your song and see your band, that tends to help a little bit.
For sure. And they're right up top in the movie. Like they're right. It's like one of the first scenes in the movie of them playing, and it's very hilarious. Especially as a movie that ends with Leanne Rimes, who's been singing for Piper Perabo the whole time, coming in and recording the song that Piper Perabo wrote. It's a great film. Highly recommend watching it. It deserves a revisit. No, I think my thing, I mostly didn't want to, I don't want to offend the Goo Goo Dolls by comparing them because I genuinely like them. So that's like, it's like, I think they are similar and I think they are of a similar time, but it's more like I'm protective of them, don't want to offend them by making that comparison.
Yeah, Wikipedia compared them to like Matchbox 20, Third Eye Blind, and Train, which I think makes a little bit more sense in that genre of like, hey, Matchbox 20 had a couple great songs, but I wouldn't like lay my life down on the line for Matchbox 20 the way I'm like, no, Goo Goo Dolls is like legitimately a great band that even in like 2025 is putting out great records. Like
Totally.
I thought it was so weird. I didn't know what these guys looked like. And for that voice to come out of that boy in the video,
who looks like he should be fronting like a 2000s emo band, like
for sure,
or like a boy band.
Or a boy band. Well, it is funny because it's like, it's not emo music, right? It's not the style of emo music, but it is emo. Like it is.
It is funny. Like that definition of what people call emo has stretched further and further and further to the point where when you go to, like, if you happen to be at a place where they're like, it's emo night, they play like Evanescence and stuff. Like where you're like,
they go crazy now. It's just like whatever you want.
What they just mean is music from the 2000s.
Yeah,
I think that's what some people think, and I wouldn't be surprised if you ended up at an emo night and this song played and people were like, "Oh yeah, this is great." I was kind of shocked. I knew the song was popular, but the music video has 682 million views. We're approaching 1 billion plays of this music video, and it is not a very good music video. Did you guys watch this music video?
There's 2 music videos, actually. They did 2 takes on this one.
They did. The first video is in Tijuana, but the second one is like a ridiculous music video with like a love gone wrong plot where she catches, the main character of the video is this girl who catches her boyfriend, whose name is Jake. And we know that because she's at the beginning of the video, she's getting a tattoo that says Jake. And she catches Jake cheating on her. And the whole time while she catches Jake cheating on her, Alex Band is on the roof of the house singing this song. And then she smashes a bunch of stuff when she catches him. And then at the end of the video, she gets the tattoo covered up. And she now has a new, cuter boyfriend. And her old boyfriend is not happy about it. That's what goes on in this video.
She just adds from State Farm.
Yes.
Underneath it.
I was surprised at how bad they were with the timing of releasing. I mean, obviously they weren't bad with it considering how big this was, but this was not released until May 22nd, 2001, 9 months after the release of Coyote Ugly, which I found shocking.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it doesn't make any sense to me. And as I said, it's pretty prominent at the top of the movie. Obviously, there's lots of music in that movie. She is trying to be a songwriter, whatever. But yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me that they would wait so long, or I guess they just had to finish their album that they were working on for 5 years or whatever it was.
You know what I'm going to check, because this might answer everything, is this song on the Coyote Ugly soundtrack? Because they may have thought there's literally no way for anyone to buy this song right now until this album is out, and that's why they held up.
Well, I mean, or it could be a happy accident of, now I don't remember what the box office for a Coyote Ugly was, but maybe we're talking 9 months after. Was it maybe a film that got bigger because it came out on DVD in 2001?
Maybe.
Was there still VHS?
The Calling did not make the 12 tracks of the Coyote Ugly soundtrack.
Damn.
Okay.
The Coyote...
Rude.
Yeah, the Coyote Ugly soundtrack appears to be 4 new songs from Leanne Rimes and just all the songs that they dance to at the bar. So it's like
Poured
All
Some
She Wants to
Sugar
Do
on
Is
Me.
Dance by Don Henley, Unbelievable by EMF, The Power by Snap, Devil Went Down to Georgia by Charlie Daniels Band. Sorry, the Charles Daniel Band.
I love when
Eddie Jimmy Olmos.
I love when you call people by their proper names. We can add Charles Daniels to the list of David Grohl, Michael
David
Score.
Grohl.
He always calls him David Grohl.
Wow. So, sorry, there was a second Coyote Ugly soundtrack called More Music from the Coyote Ugly, and they still didn't make that soundtrack.
Well, that may have been because maybe they were smart and they wanted people to buy their album. This song, Wherever You Will Go, peaked at number 5 on the Hot 100 on March 16th of 2002. If you want to know what else was going on at that moment, I'm surprised this song didn't go to number 1 for how huge it was. But the number 1 song at that moment was Ain't It Funny from J-Lo featuring Ja Rule. And then at number 2 was Always on Time from Ja Rule featuring Ashanti.
Wow.
Number 3, somewhat in the same vein as The Calling, How You Remind Me from Nickelback.
Yes.
And number 4, another band that might have been falsely or wrongly thrown into an emo night playlist, In the End from Linkin Park. And there we had Wherever You Will Go, 1 spot above Hey Baby from No Doubt. So that's kind of what was going on at this moment. Not a great moment.
What a snapshot. No, it's not.
Ja Rule was at the top of the world, though, at this point.
He was. He
Yeah,
was.
that's Ja Rule's time. Wow.
I don't think I remembered that Ja Rule had more than 1 song with Jennifer Lopez, let alone a second one that went to number 1.
Well, yeah. I don't remember this song, Ain't It Funny?
I don't either. When you said
all.
Jennifer,
You said
when
it,
you said
and I was like,
Jennifer
what?
Lopez and Ja Rule, I'm like, oh, I'm real. Obviously, that's
No.
the song that you're about to say. The famous J-Lo Ja Rule song.
No, it's a number 1 song. Ain't It Funny? Don't even know it. The closest thing to a good song I could find on these charts was The Debut. The song would end up going way higher in the months that followed, but it was the debut on the Hot 100 of The Middle from Jimmy Eat World at number 71 this week. Yeah, this song just kept going, even though the album Camino Palmero, which came out in July of 2001, it peaked at number 36, and it was critically panned. As a band who was just like not really a band and did no legwork into becoming a good band, I will give you an example of maybe why this was critically panned. The second single from this album was a song called Adrian, which I want to give you a quick sample of some of the lyrics of this song. I've been thinking about you, my love, and all the crazy things that you put me through. Now I'm coming around, throwing it back to you. Were you thinking of me when you kissed him? Could you taste me when you licked his skin? All the while I showered you with trust and promises. Could you taste me when you licked his skin?
It's just the precursor to Sabrina Carpenter's taste. That's all. It's just setting that up.
It just doesn't work.
I was like, I'm like, let me listen to their top things on Spotify and see if I recognize. And when Adrian started playing, I was like, oh, I know this song.
You did?
Yes, because it has the big Adrian, like, and he says the name Adrian really weird. He says it like Adrian, kind of like not Adrian. Yeah, that like shot me back to a time like that.
Well,
that fully helped me time travel.
Having not heard this song and listening to Chris read the lyrics, I was like, can you taste me when you lick his skin or whatever? I'm like, all right, that's a weird lyric, but obviously it's to rhyme skin to Adrian. And then it isn't.
Adrian.
I'm like, okay, well, that's weird. That's a really weird lyric then. I get sometimes you say some weird shit to get the rhyme in, but
when I was listening to this, the whole thing I could think of, these guys' whole vibe is like a 2001 Hollister ad. That is
dude.
What
100%.
Yeah.
And
the third single was called Could It Be Any Harder? And this song, regardless of what you think about these first two singles, this song is just awful. It's just a bad song.
It's bad.
Chris, I got a question because you mentioned Hollister ads, and this is around that time, I would say, maybe a little bit later. Did Punchline have songs that were on like the in-store app in like the PacSun and the Hollisters and stuff like that?
I remember that I guess because Fueled by Ramen had their whole catalog there, that our albums, it was 37, it was 2005, 37 Everywhere era. You could go to a Hollister and buy our album. And I had a cousin who worked at Hollister and was like, it's so cool, they have your CD here. Man, those were the days.
I remember
CDs.
at that time, it probably was like you said, 2005, 2006. My friend was in an unsigned band that somehow got onto that playlist. And he would call me and be like, hey, do you feel like going to the King of Prussia Mall? And I said, why? And he's like, I'm going to request our song a bunch inside of the Hollister and then walk around for an hour and do it again so our numbers look good to our management. And like, true to his word, that's what we did. He would just walk into the Hollister, go to the in-store app and set their whole playlist, and then we'd walk and get like a Orange Julius or whatever, and then come back and do it again. Like,
Wow.
The mall
Gotta do what you gotta
culture.
do.
The mall culture of getting an Orange Julius cannot be topped. That was peak experience.
now the mall that I go to has like 5 Annie Ann pretzel huts in different areas. That's really taken over where the Orange Julius left off.
Yeah.
My mall is becoming a flea market. And it's funny. I don't know if you guys have watched it. When we're recording this, only the first episode is out, but The Chair Company.
Oh my God.
I haven't watched it yet. I'm so excited.
But
that opening conversation about malls.
Yes. There's an opening conversation where it's like a teenage girl and she's like, you know, I've never been to a mall. And he's like, what do you mean? What do you mean you've never been to a mall? She's like, no, I don't think I've ever been to one.
Oh, God.
Hey there, One Hit Thunder listeners. Are you ready to take your music to the next level? Well, get ready to rock because this episode is brought to you by DistroKid, the ultimate digital music distribution service for artists like you. With DistroKid, you can easily upload your songs or albums to online stores and streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube Music, reaching fans all around the globe. But that's just the beginning. DistroKid offers a ton of awesome features like Hyperfollow, which helps you promote your releases and get pre-saves on your songs, all for free. But wait, there's more. The DistroKid app is now available on iOS and Android. With the app, you can manage your releases, track your streaming stats, and even withdraw your earnings, all from the palm of your hand. And for those looking to perfect their sound, check out Mixia. This powerful tool allows you to put the finishing touches on your tracks in minutes, ensuring they sound polished and professional every time. But that's not all. DistroKid has just launched a brand new feature called Instant Share, allowing you to easily share large files securely with collaborators, producers, and more. With Instant Share, you can keep your music streaming at the highest quality while making the best impression possible. So what are you waiting for? Elevate your music career today with DistroKid and unlock a world of possibilities. Possibilities that I know all about because I've been using DistroKid for years. It's seriously great. If you haven't used it before, you're going to love it. And One Hit Thunder listeners get an exclusive offer, 30% off your first year with DistroKid by signing up at distrokid.com/VIP/OneHitThunder. That's distrokid.com/VIP/OneHitThunder.
Hello, friends. Guess who? That's right. It is I, the Replacer. Once again, I've been called on so you can play the new Call of Duty, Black Ops 7, with 3 expansive modes, 18 multiplayer maps, and the tastiest zombie gameplay you've ever freaking seen.
Call of Duty, Black Ops 7, available now. Rated M for mature.
This episode is brought to you by Corona. When you're on a beach with an ice-cold Corona in hand, how can you not feel centered? But did you know you can get that vibe anywhere? That's because whether after work, at barbecues, or at a bar, with just a squeeze of lime, Corona brings you La Playa mentality. Because while we all want the beach life, paradise doesn't always have palm trees. Corona, La Playa awaits. Get yours at ordercorona.com. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. From the creator of Homeland, Claire Danes and Matthew Rhys star in the new Netflix series, The Beast in Me, as ruthless rivals whose shared darkness will set them on a collision course with fatal consequences. The Beast in Me is a riveting psychological cat and mouse story about guilt, justice, and doubt. You will not want to miss this. The Beast in Me is now playing only on Netflix.
You're tuned into Auto Intelligence, live from Auto Trader, where data, tools, and your preferences sync to make your car shopping smooth.
They're searching inventory.
Oh, yeah.
They find what you need.
They're gonna find
and
it.
You can make a budget for your wallet to help you succeed. Pricing's precise and true.
So true.
It's smarter car shopping.
Ooh.
Just for you.
Oh, it's just for you. Ooh. Find your next ride at autotrader.com. Powered by Auto Intelligence.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The holidays were tricky for the Colonel. He loved people, but he also loved peace and quiet. So he cooked up KFC's $4.99 chicken pot pie. Warm, flaky, with savory sauce and vegetables. It's a tender chicken-filled excuse to get some time to yourself and step away from decking the halls. Whatever that means. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. KFC's Chicken Pot Pie. The best $4.99 you'll spend this season.
Prices and participation may vary while supplies last. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
On eBay, every find has a story. Like if you're looking for a vintage band tee, not just a tee, the band tee. You wore it everywhere until your ex stole it. Now you're on eBay. And there it is. Same tee from the same tour. The things you love have a way of finding their way back to you, especially on eBay. Shop eBay for millions of finds, each with a story. eBay, things people love.
Hey, Nicole, do you have any favorite memories of the first season of Nevermind the Music?
I do. I love the time that we realized that I have perfect pitch.
You mean when we realized you don't have perfect pitch?
I don't know, dude. I'd love to see you prove me wrong.
I've got a piano right there.
This is the second season of Nevermind the Music,
where one psychologist finds out she's really good at music.
And one songwriter finds out he's really good at cognitive biases.
This season, we talk music and the mind, one iconic song at a time.
From the key changes in Metallica
to the neurotransmitters in Mariah.
And can we finally talk about Taylor?
They're just going to have to listen to Nevermind the Music.
Wherever you get your podcasts.
The critics may not have liked their album, but it sold well enough that they got a second album. Mm-hmm. And they released their second album, creatively titled 2. Yep. And they also recorded a song called For You for the, I believe this was the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie.
It was. Yes. And it's kind of a big deal. I think it's played during the closing credits of the movie. And it's like with a full orchestra and the song is fine. Like I can't really make fun of it that much. It's kind of like Wherever You Will Go too. Like the song is fine. Like it's not that, it's just kind of like you said before, Matt, it's kind of like wallpaper or whatever.
Yeah.
But the thing with this band is I feel like the guy's vocal delivery is just so melodramatic always. Like, yes. he doesn't pick his spots. It's always just like the whole time it's so over the top. And, you know, at this point, I think that if a band had built up a fan base and done the legwork, and we've seen this before with one-hit wonder bands on this show many times, and established themselves before having a mega hit, you could have had this big, long, successful career after. But when you're a flash in the pan and you have one big hit, it goes away just as fast as it came. I just said Jimmy Eat World. They're a perfect example. Yeah. They had legions of fans before they had their hit, and they have legions of fans now. Yeah. And they did have this peak of the middle, but they were able to have a pushing 35, probably 40-year career or something at this point. And The Calling weren't going to have this because by March of 2000.
I want to talk about this Daredevil song for a second because, like you said, it is the closing credits of the song, and that would be a huge deal. It would have been a huge deal had not the first two singles that they released to promote the Daredevil movie been Bring Me to Life and My Immortal by Evanescence, which were like mega hit songs. And then they're like, also, we got this song by The Calling. You remember them from 2 years ago?
Yeah. Do you want to listen to that? Well, yeah. And that's what's kind of so funny about their use in Love Actually. Like, that movie came out in 2003. So it's only 2 years after the song was released as a single, 3 years after Coyote Ugly came out. And it sort of feels like a throwback. Like, it feels like a dated reference.
Well, it also feels, I haven't watched Love Actually since last Christmas, so I'm starting to gear up for it at this point. But I feel like it's almost used like a punchline.
Yeah.
Like the song, like the needle drop is supposed to make you laugh. Like, what a ridiculous song to think you're hearing in your head as these girls are like, we have to sleep together.
Because it's the culmination of this insane, like, British male fantasy like experience that he's having. That's his real life, where they're like asking him to do his accent. They're inviting him over. And then it is supposed to be this just kind of like, generic American, like old.
Well, because in 2001, I think when I looked into it, like this song showed up in like 5 TV shows in 2001. So it's like, what is the most American television needle drop that we can possibly put? Because I always interpret it that as that is not just the music the audience is hearing, but that is literally the music that he is hearing in his head in that moment. Like he is living, like you said, he's living an American sitcom in his head. And it's like such a perfect punchline to that whole setup. The thing that's insane at this point in the story, and we didn't really talk about it, but The Calling has dealt, and more specifically Alex Band, has dealt with an overwhelming amount of legal issues of who is The Calling. Because in his mind, The Calling, well, I would say in Erin's mind, The Calling is the two of them. Yeah. The record label added 3 other people who feel like they are part of the band. But as basically from 2004 and beyond, The Calling is just Alex Band with like hired guns over and over and over again, which apparently has led to a multitude of like royalty and legal issues of who's owed what pot of money. And I bring all this up to say that from 2004 all the way to where we are in 2005, it is a series of, I promise the 3rd album is coming and here's a single to tide you over.
2000. You mean 2025?
Yeah, 2025, yes.
Right.
It has been 21 years of a promised third album and one-off singles of what might or might not be on the album.
Right. But in 2022 we got Carol of the Bells, which I think everyone was clamoring for from The Calling, you know.
Yes.
Who wouldn't want that?
Finally. One thing I try to figure out sometimes is, okay, we can rag on someone's music and their style or whatever, but is this person like a decent person? Like, we learned Lee Greenwood, huge piece of shit. Like, terrible person, and the song sucks. So it makes it even better to talk shit or whatever. But Alex Band, I wanted to know, like, would I like Alex Band, who at this point is a man in his 40s. He's not a little boy like he looks like in these early Calling videos or whatever. And I tried to find, is there any good stuff about Alex Band? Well, he worked with the charity Donate Life America, which is a charity dealing with organ donation. And he also is involved in the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's disease because Alex himself was diagnosed in 2012 with young onset Parkinson's, which he announced during a benefit show performed on Stage It from Ryan Cabrera's house. That's a perfect comparison.
That is
Ryan
a
Cabrera.
great sentence.
In 2013, which, you know, I gotta feel. I mean, that's young for
That's
Parkinson's.
really young.
Like,
yeah,
he had to be like in his early 30s there. I can guess. Also, I feel some sympathy for him because in that same year that he announced this young onset Parkinson's, he was abducted by two men who robbed him, beat him severely, and dumped him on the train tracks in Michigan.
What?
Now, did you hear though? So it was in, I want to say it was Lapeer, Michigan. He was taken to the emergency room at a nearby hospital, was treated and released. He apparently lost a tooth, suffered a mild concussion, and needed 15 stitches to close the wound on his chin. And this gained nationwide news. But the locals of that town in Michigan were all skeptical. None of them believed that this event happened.
What?
And they thought that it was a hox or a publicity stunt because they had like a
Jussie Smollett?
Jussie Smollett!
Yeah,
Oh my God!
So there is no proof that it was skeptical, but I think like that town was like, we are a quiet little town. Nothing like this has ever happened before. Suddenly this random one-hit wonder who's like about to do this big comeback tour gets like beaten severely and gets national news. We're just a little questioning if that's real that happened or not.
Or it goes all the way to the top of that
town. It does
town.
go all the way to the top. His dad actually hired people to do it, unbeknownst to Alex.
It's a big cover-up.
His dad would definitely have the makeup artists. His dad is responsible for the creation of the movie Reanimator, and Ghoulies 2, and the whole Puppet Master series. So I don't want to accuse him of this, but this may have been where Jussie got the idea.
Totally.
Yeah. I'm not going to let if this did or didn't happen affect my Thunder Blunder ranking, but I did find it interesting that everybody, all the locals in that town were like, I don't trust it. I don't believe it.
Wow. But
wow.
No.
That just feels so...
No.
Because it's like, to what end? Why? Yeah. What does that help? You know, what does that do?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow, really? I'm gonna say I'm skeptical on the skepticism.
The town. Yeah. Okay.
Come
I
on.
think that's fair.
It doesn't matter what town you're in. You could get beat up.
Of course.
Yep.
There's dicks everywhere. Like, you can't control like who's in your town.
My friend lived in Camden during the worst periods of Camden, and no one bothered him. And then he moved to quaint little Aston and got beat up while he was walking home one night. So anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
So The Calling, back to Alex, pursued a solo career around this time. He played occasional shows. They got together several times over the years, probably got offered what they would call a grip. This is like a new term I never knew before, but I've had people say they offered us a grip to play that show. I guess that means a a bunch of cash or something. So I'm assuming that they got offered some big money to go play wherever you will go here and there over the years. Like Matt said, a lot of lawsuits between Alex Band and Aaron Kamen. So Alex's point, who I guess he's the one who filed the lawsuit, claimed that Aaron essentially disappeared from the public eye and that any trademark rights over the band that Kamen held have effectively been abandoned. And I had to think about that a lot when I read that. So it'd be like if you had a bandmate who was basically a bandmate from 15 years ago who was basically like, yo, I don't want to do this at all anymore, but you really want to do it still? Do you owe them money if you go out and play shows and stuff?
Right.
I think, especially like, not for nothing, you watch those music videos, that video is about Alex Band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's the one who's getting the screen time. So I think...
But you said Aaron wrote the song, though.
I do think Aaron wrote the song. What I'm saying is, like, I don't think Aaron was ever the face of The Calling. You know what I mean? So I think that, I don't know, Alex Band did some cool shit solo-wise. I forgot about this, but he did a song with Santana on the same album as that Game of Love, and it was released as a single. It wasn't a successful single, but, like, I feel like, first of all, The Calling's not that good of a name, but like I feel like Alex Band should have just been like, I'm just going to do the solo thing. Like, it's kind of like he's just trying to grip this one song notoriety with that band name, but it's not, I just don't think it's, to use an annoying quote, I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze at this point. Like,
well, dude, back up a second though. If Alex Band is the face and the voice of the song, then of course, if Aaron wrote it, he should still get royalties on the song. But if Alex wants to go out and play and Aaron's not into it, Alex should get to do that because, Matt, I disagree with you. There are very few songs that are pushing 1 billion plays.
That is true. Okay.
That if you have a song that has whatever close to 700 million plays on YouTube alone, let alone on all the streaming sites and everything, that one song is bigger than Alex Band. It's bigger than The Calling. It's bigger than anything. Going out and just performing that song could get you 20 grand or so. You could make 20 grand in one night just for going to a place where you play that song. So
I did notice we didn't mention how Aaron and Alex met each other, which I think is another interesting piece of this story. Did you guys pick up on that?
No.
Aaron was dating Alex's sister, and they formed a band, which I, again, just love that. I love that because it didn't say, like, was dating his sister whom he later married or anything like that. I feel like he was dating the sister. And then even after they broke up, he's like, you seem pretty cool. Let's just keep doing this.
That was the reason for them meeting. That was the reason for him to date her, to form The Calling and write this song.
We have a lot of things up in the air about The Calling, and I don't know where we're gonna land on them. I see where we're leaning, I think.
Yeah.
But before we get to that point, I did bring a game. Ooh. If you guys want to play a quick game.
Certainly.
Yeah.
So it's 7 questions. If you can get the answer without the multiple choice, you'll get 2 points. If you need the multiple choice, it'll be 1 point. If you try to answer the question without the multiple choice, but you get it wrong, it's -1.
Oh, no.
So you better really know. And how can we buzz in? If one of you know the answer, what's the buzz in today? I don't know.
Calling.
Okay, that's fine. It's not that great, but
it's not great. Listen, there's not a lot to work with.
Okay. If you
there's
know
no
the
one
answer,
iconic word in this song.
if you know the answer, you say calling to buzz in. First person to buzz in will get it. All right. The film Coyote Ugly features The Calling as performers at the Bowery Ballroom, as well as what punk rock band?
Oh, shit.
I just watched it. This is so stupid.
I know. I'm going to say multiple choice if you agree that you need the multiple choice. All right, multiple choice.
A, The Damned. B, Sum 41. C, social distortion, or D, unwritten law?
Calling.
Go for it.
I'm going to go D, unwritten law.
You got a point.
Yeah!
Unwritten law.
That was my impulse. So I remembered somewhere from a movie I saw today.
It really left an impact on you. Their appearance in the Coyote Ugly.
Piper Perabo plays an aspiring songwriter named Violet Sanford in Coyote Ugly. Who plays her father? William James.
Oh, God damn it.
John Goodman.
You got it.
Yeah.
It's 2-1, Erin.
Yes.
In the music video for Wherever You Will Go, the teenage girl who gets cheated on is seen with her new boyfriend, a then fledgling actor named Drew Fuller. Drew Fuller played Chris Hollowell on seasons 5 through 8 of what show?
What was the character name again?
Chris Hallowell. On seasons 5 through 8 of what show?
I'm trying to think of a show that has that many seasons. Multiple choice?
You want the multiple choice? Okay.
Yeah.
A, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. B, Charmed. C, Gilmore Girls. Or D, One Tree Hill.
Calling.
Go for it.
I think Charmed is the only one that had 8 seasons.
You got it.
Yes.
Drew Fuller played Chris. I never watched. I mean, I know Charmed is
I
Alyssa
never
Milano.
watched Charmed. Yeah.
Same. I knew Buffy was 7 seasons.
Right.
I think One Tree Hill was 7, and I forgot what the other one was you said, but I think Gilmore Girls is 7 as well.
Okay. All right, so it's 2-2.
Oof.
Santana and Rob Thomas's Smooth still holds the record for 25 weeks at number 1 on the adult pop charts. But Wherever You Will Go is now tied at number 2 with a 23-week run with which artist? Which artist is tied with Wherever You Will Go
I know I
at
looked
number
at this.
2 on the adult pop charts?
I'm going to need multiple choice, I think.
Yeah. I can't remember.
Okay, multiple choice.
A, The Weeknd. B, Miley Cyrus. C, Goo Goo Dolls. Or D, Taylor Swift.
Calling?
Go for it.
I'm going to go B.
That's incorrect.
Damn it.
What was the B answer?
That was Miley Cyrus. I was thinking I was thinking like Flowers maybe or Wrecking
Right.
Ball. Oh, I think I know what it is.
Is it The
Gonna take-
Weeknd?
Yeah.
That is incorrect.
Really? Is it Taylor
is-
Swift?
It's Taylor Swift's Cruel Summer.
Really?
Yep. All right. We got ourselves a game. It's 2-2 with 3 questions left.
Oh, man.
The Callings Wherever You Will Go has the 4th most total weeks on the adult pop chart with 71 weeks.
Wow.
Which band holds the top spot with 75 weeks?
And it's a band, so it's definitively a band, not an artist.
It's a band.
Okay.
So this band had a song that was on the adult pop chart for 75 weeks.
Okay. Multiple choice. I got
Multiple
2
choice?
names in my head, and I'm going to see if either one of them are even on your list.
A, Train. B, Lifehouse. C, Sister Hazel. Or D, Vertical Horizon.
Neither band that I had in my mind is on that list.
What a great combo of bands, though. So good. Makes me so happy. What a time machine.
What was A and B again?
Train, Lifehouse.
Calling.
Go for it.
Lifehouse, B?
That's incorrect.
Damn it.
Erin, you want to take a stab at it for a point?
Train?
You got it.
Was that Drops of Jupiter?
Drops of Jupiter, 75
Yes.
weeks. Okay.
I didn't think it was Sister Hazel.
Another favorite silly song, Drops of Jupiter.
Yeah.
It was like I went through that whole like I hate this song and then no, I ironically love it, and now it's like me and my best friends like our song together. Like
right.
I was thinking either Dishwalla, because I remember us learning that Counting Blue Cars song had like a crazy chart run on the charts.
Funny.
Or I was thinking Maroon 5. It felt like Maroon 5 would have been someone there.
So Erin takes a 3-2 lead with 2 questions left. The Callings song Thank You was featured in Season 5, Episode 13 of Dawson's Creek, in which Dawson accepts the job of directing a film from his pretty annoying film school classmate Oliver. Oliver is played by Jordan Bridges, who is the son of actor Beau Bridges and the nephew of Jeff Bridges. Jordan Bridges is best known for playing Frankie on what show that ran from 2010 to 2016?
God damn it. 2010 to 2016. You want to go multiple choice again there, Aaron?
Yeah.
All right, multiple choice.
A, Boardwalk Empire. B, Parenthood. C, Cougar Town. Or D, Rizzoli and Isles.
Oh, fuck. I don't know.
Calling.
Go for it.
Just because you're the one that wrote this question, I'm going to say A, Boardwalk Empire.
That's incorrect.
Damn it.
You want to take a stab, Aaron?
What were the other options? Parenthood.
Cougar Town and
Cougar
Rizzoli
Town.
and Isles.
I'm going to say Cougar Town?
It's actually Rizzoli and Isles.
That was not the one that's... Oh, because of The Office.
Yeah, well, dude, what's so funny is that is the only thing I know about Rizzoli and Isles is when Stanley says, I don't want to watch damn Rizzoli and damn Isles.
Me too.
But that,
crazy that there's a show that runs 6 seasons and like none of us, all three of us being TV loving nerds, none of us have seen a second
I think it's
of it.
on.
Never
I think it was on USA.
It was, yeah, for sure.
My favorite USA show is Silk Stockings.
Wait, also wasn't Gretchen from Dawson's Creek Rizzoli or Isles? Pacey's sister
remember.
who Dawson dates. I think she's one of them, but I never watched it.
Wow. Okay. Well, Aaron, we're in the final question. It's a Dawson's Creek question.
Oh no.
Fuck.
Last question. In that same Dawson's Creek episode, Joey kisses her professor, played by what usually... Go ahead.
Calling.
Go ahead.
Ken Marino.
Yeah! Matt,
Ken
you
Marino.
got your ass handed to you.
I did. I watched
Congratulations,
Dawson's Creek
Aaron.
once, like 15 years ago. I don't remember anything.
Love Ken Marino. Although it's so weird. It's so weird that he's like
love
kissing
Ken
Joey.
Marino.
Yeah, he's awesome.
It's
well,
great.
Congratulations, Aaron. I'm always glad when Matt loses. And so where do we land on the calling? We're going to start with you, Aaron. Thunder or blunder? Or the other categories, it could be hinder. That is below blunder. And below a hinder would be a Greenwood. So I don't know if we're going thunder, blunder, hinder, or Greenwood here.
It's kind of thunder for me.
Okay, that's fine.
It's just it works for me. It works for me as like a time capsule. I keep saying time capsule, but like time capsule of the 2000s, you know, like of the late 90s transition into the 2000s. It works for me on that. It's not one of those songs or bands, obviously, that I would ever listen to on purpose or anything, but it's the kind of thing that I hear it and I go, it's fun to sing like this guy. So I'm going to sing this in the car really loudly. Like, it's that kind of thing for me.
Okay. We
So
got one thunder.
I have to side for them. Side with them on that.
I'm going to go the opposite direction. I think that this song is actually very good. I am a fan of this song. More for the lyrics than and I mean, that chorus is undeniably catchy. Like I understand why maybe Ron Fair heard this chorus and why the woman at Walt Disney heard this chorus and said, oh, there's something here. I just don't think that there was anything else there. I don't none of the other songs really did anything for me. I think I own this album, which like the fact that I say I think really says how much I've listened to it if I do. It's just it's nothing I'm going back to anytime soon in my life. So I'm going to say blunder for The Calling.
Okay, so I'm the deciding vote here. And you would think I would be leaning blunder, but I gotta say, there's a couple things about this. One, the voice nowhere near matching the boy in the video who's singing it. I think that's pretty Thunder. I gotta say. Also, the fact that we have now this skepticism about whether he really got beat and maybe he's the original Jussie Smollett. It also makes me like this controversy makes me want to lean towards Thunder on this too. There were a couple other songs I think were passable. You know, and Erin went Thunder and she beat you today at that game. I think I gotta side with Erin here. I'm gonna go Thunder, and I think that's where we're gonna land on The Calling this week. Sorry, Matt.
It's all right. It's all right. Erin, huge fan of your old podcast, Best of Friends.
Thank you.
Often will re-listen to it and text you in real time my thoughts, as you know. But if people are into what you brought to the show today, is there any good spots for them to keep up with what Erin Mallory Long is up to?
I'm everywhere at Erin Mallory Long. So it's usually Instagram. I post a lot of stuff there. If you like Dawson's Creek, I've done a lot of Dawson's Creek episode recaps over there that you can watch. I haven't finished the series yet, but I mean, I have, but not.
Oh, okay.
I finished it in real life. I mean, I haven't finished my series of the videos, episode recaps.
I do
want to jump back in. Yes.
You might agree with me on this. Since I watched Dawson's Creek, I have become, I should have realized this earlier, I'm a Michelle Williams mega fan. Oh. Like, I have watched every one of her, like, low indie, low budget movies over the, she's incredible.
Obsessed with her. I mean, truly obsessed with her on like another level. And like Katie Holmes was such like the it girl of the time. And I will love her forever and defend her till the end of time. But Michelle Williams really I just immediately was like, oh, she is so good. And they gave her a bad, genuinely has a bad life on that show.
And so many bad haircuts.
So many bad haircuts. I mean,
Poor Jen. Hey, my bandmate and friend Steve and his wife met Katie Holmes at Target a few weeks ago because her daughter goes to Carnegie Mellon and she was in Pittsburgh for it. So, yeah, pretty cool. But
that's amazing.
Anyway, Erin, we won't hold you up any longer. Thanks for coming on. I hope you had fun and I hope you will come back again.
I did. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Been One Hit Thunder. One Hit Thunder is hosted by Chris Afalios of the band Punchline and produced by Matt Kelly of Geekscape.net. Underneath me, you're hearing The World off the Punchline album Action. Visit punchlinemusic.com for any upcoming news on the band. Our podcast is on Patreon, so find us at patreon.com/OHT podcast for early access to episodes, bonus conversations, and a chance to vote on future songs for us to cover. Make sure that you rate, review, and subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting app, and tune in next week for more One Hit Thunder.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network.
What if you love old movies, but you're also trying to cut down on your screen time?
Stop this progress before it is too late!
People with blindness or low vision can enjoy films with something called audio description, which turns this...
It's amazing!
into this.
It's amazing!
With a flurry of punches, Joe drives Gilbert across the ring.
Check out Movies for the Blind, a weekly podcast of classic and cult films with no screen required. Subscribe now where you get your podcasts.